Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Robinson here again, and we're going to continue our studies. We are continuing the solving equations trick, part 2. So there's some things I want to cover in this video that I didn't cover before, so let's get on with it. So you remember a variable is a letter or symbol which represents some unknown number. Coefficient is the number that is attached to the variable. So remember, the letter is the variable, like x or any one of these letters up here. The coefficient is the number, and please note that the coefficient is multiplied with the letter. So 3 being parenthesis and the letter, so that means multiplication. So that's good to know. All right, let's get it. Here is our question. X over 3 minus 12 equals negative 14. So the way we would describe it with what's going on with x is being divided by 3, and then you're subtracting 12, and you're getting that equal to negative 14. So that's how you would describe it if you were to write it out bit by bit or piece by piece to find out what are you trying to do. So our job in reading from left to right is to work in the opposite direction, right to left. So by doing the opposite. So the first thing we should do when we read this going backwards, we would start here with the negative 14. And then we would do the opposite of minusing 12, which would be adding 12. So our first step is to take negative 14 and add 12 to it. So over here in our work, we have negative 14 plus 12. That'll equal to negative 2. So there's your first step. Now, as you continue to work from right to left, here we ran into a divide by 3. So as we read it, we're dividing by 3. So let's do the opposite of division, which is multiplication. And instead of dividing by 3, we're going to multiply by 3. What are we going to multiply by 3? Well, if you remember the answer we got from the first step, negative 2, we're going to multiply that by 3. So negative 2 times 3, that'll give you the value of x, which is equal to negative 6 in this equation. So now, Dr. Rob, we went backwards. So yes, the first thing you did was the opposite of addition or subtraction. So if you remember in our other video, how to solve two-step equations. So there's your first step, and then your second step, you would either multiply or divide. So in this case, we were dividing, so the opposite of dividing is multiplying. So we're saying the answer is 6. Well, let's check it. So here's our equation, x over 3 minus 12 equals negative 14. So in place of the x, I am going to put a 6. Let me get a pen. So I'm going to put a negative 6. And negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. And if I have my calculator out, but I'm not going to use it, negative 2 minus 12 is negative 14. So this does check out. So our answer is x is equal to negative 6. So that's a very good question, and it had a fraction in it. So we now know how to deal with fractions. This is just a nice trick on how to deal with these two-step equations. So hopefully you're getting it. You may want to watch the video again, but I have a question for you. So here's one. X over negative 2, or x divided by negative 2 would be a better way to say it, plus 8 equals 1. So I just gave you the description, x divided by negative 2 plus 8 equals 1. So your first step would be to work backwards. 1 minus 8 equals what? Then you would do the opposite of divide, which would be to multiply by negative 2. And then check your answer, see what you get. So that's I'm going to leave for you. So if you have questions, write them down and bring them into class, and I'll be glad to explain it to you. If you don't understand it, please do that. If you get it, great, because I'm going to go on with some more types of problems like that. All right, let's look at this one. We have x plus 3 over 6 equals 2. Now let's describe that a little bit better, Dr. Rob. X is being added to 3, and then it's being divided by 6 because the numerator has two parts going on, x plus 3, and then it's being divided by, the fraction bar means divide in secondary math, and by 6. So we're going to, and it equals 2. So we're going to start here with the 2 by doing the opposite operations as we go from right to left. So the first thing we ran into was a division by 6. So the opposite of division, if you said multiplication, yes, multiply by 6. So we're going to take our first step, we're going to take the 2 and multiply it by 6. That'll give us 12. Now we're not finished yet because we keep reading from right to left. We ran into a plus 3. So that plus 3, we have to do the inverse or the opposite of that, or additive inverse, good words. Plus 3, the opposite of plus 3 would be, yes, minus 3. So that'll help us out to get our x. Now, again, what are we going to subtract the 3 from? The 12 we got in step 1. So 12 minus 3 is equal to x, which is 9. So now we got the value of x. So let's go down to our last step and check our problem. So step 3 would be to check. So x plus 3 over 6 equals 2. So I'm going to say, well, x is 9. So I'm going to replace x with 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. And 12 divided by 6, hey, that's 2. So it does check out. So this mystery trick is no mystery. It's what we always tell you to do, work backwards. So I hope you're understanding what's going on. Here's a question for you. So see if you can get the description of what's going on and work backwards and solve it for X and check it. See if you can get it. So if again you have questions, write them down, bring them into class, and rewatch the video if you have to. Here's an interesting question. You might want to look at the other video for reference. We have more fractions. So look at your description and work backwards. And here's another one with fractions for you. So again, look at your description, describe it. How is it going? Number next to a letter. We talked about coefficient. So you got a fractional coefficient. So you might want to check that other video. How do we deal with fractions? And when there are coefficients next to them, algebraic fractions. So I hope you're getting this because I'm going to stop right here. That's the end of the story. I do have a challenge problem that I got from a New York State 8th grade assessment. This is an 8th grade question. 3 equals negative 1/3 x. So solve it for x. I think you can do it because you're really good at this now. So I hope the lesson was easy for you. And again, write down your questions. If you need help, there's Dial a Teacher Homework Helpline at 212-777-3380, Monday to Thursdays, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. You should give them a call if you're having troubles with your homework. And don't forget to watch my YouTube study videos. My channel name is Dan Robinson. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you for subscribing and helping us get to over 1,000 subscribers. And we're looking to get to our next 1,000 subscribers. So tell your friends and neighbors. Dr. Rob has a YouTube channel, and he wants you to subscribe. Give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing, and even write us a comment, because I do write back. Now on video, PKMS Math Prep 21. Good movie about the pandemic. Look for a commercial coming out soon about Math Prep 22. So tweet me at DRobMath1. If you desire to study more on this topic or worksheet, write me at drobinson@peakskillschools.org, and I'll send you something to help you practice. There's little Kinsley dealing with the pandemic, Math Prep 21. So, good movie. Check it out. So, I hope you enjoyed Solving Equations Trick Part 2. And don't forget, give us a thumbs up if you like what we're doing, so that way we can continue doing what we're doing for you. That's it for Dr. Rob, signing off. See you next time. Bye-bye.